What's up, guys? You know the old saying, claims happen. Okay, that's not exactly how the old saying goes, but you know what I mean. But today I want to talk about the 5 most common claims you are going to face if you need garage insurance. If you're an auto dealer, if you are an auto mechanic, whatever your business is, let's get into what is most likely going to happen to you to make you have a claim. Okay, so the first thing on our most common list is this: slips and falls. This happens all the time. In fact, 8 million ER visits a year are just because of slips and falls, and that includes personal homes. So people trip and fall all the time. Make sure your business is guarded against that, because people are going to fall, they're going to slip, they're going to trip on something. It's the most common claim you're probably going to end up with, and it's not just your customers, it's probably also your employees. So be on the lookout for that. All right, the second thing is fire. Now, that's what we all think of when we think about insurance, right? I mean, fire is the root cause of insurance itself. But you're also probably thinking, man, I'm living in a concrete place with steel everywhere. I don't need fire insurance. Not really, it's never gonna happen to me. Well, the fact of the matter is that every 24 seconds a fire truck leaves a fire station to go deal with a fire in this country. So yeah, fires happen all the time. They are the most common thing that you're going to deal with, at least in the top 5. You need to be ready for that. You need to be aware of that. Make sure you have fire precautions, because it is a crazy, incredibly common claim that the insurance industry has to deal with. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, this next one is very different than the first 2. Repetitive motion injuries. These are really, really common, and they're very common in your industry, in the automobile industry, because you're doing a lot of the same movements and motions every day. And that's right, we're talking about your employees here, but it is incredibly common. It's one of the most common claims that we get in this industry. Be on the lookout for that. Make sure that your employees have resources available to avoid repetitive motion injuries. And we're talking about things like carpal tunnel syndrome, tendonitis. Those are the big ones, but lots of different kinds of injuries can come from this, so watch out for that. All right, so number 4, collision. Running into something, probably with a vehicle. That is a very, very common claim in the garage insurance world, and you know why. You're test driving cars, you're moving vehicles to a different lot, you're moving vehicles when you're washing them for your customers. There's all kinds of things that can happen that involve a car moving, and it could be on your property or it could be out in the street, and it can involve someone else. It's an incredibly common claim, and especially since you deal with cars all the time, it's something that you probably have happened to you. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. You know it's coming. There you go. All right, so the 5th one, overexertion. Now, these injuries are from picking something up, pulling something, pushing something over, basically doing more than your body is able to handle. Even if you can handle it most of the time, sometimes it's your posture, sometimes you're just tired, and you end up getting hurt. So these overexertion injuries are crazy common as well. 3 million people reported being injured like this and going to the doctor in 2014 alone. So yeah, it's very common. And again, this is the kind of thing that's probably gonna happen to your employees. Workers' compensation claims are one of the biggest claims that we get in the garage insurance world. Be aware of that and make sure that you are doing everything you can to make sure your employees are safe and healthy, because otherwise it will cost you or someone else some money. All right, so you probably noticed a pattern here in these, and you probably noticed that, like I just said, workers' comp is about half of those, right? I mean, almost half are workers' comp related claims, and so make sure your employees are safe. There's a lot of things you can do. I already have a video all about garage insurance safety, so watch that if you're curious. But the other things are things that you deal with on a daily basis, and they're more classic insurance claims. So fire, collision, things like that, things that actually hurt your property. These are very common. And there are some other things I didn't mention that are becoming more common. Things like your employees suing you for wrongful termination, harassment, things like that. And that's where there's a coverage called EPLI insurance. And I won't get into that because I've done a whole other series about that that you can find also on our website. If you have any other questions, gosh, you should probably talk to someone at Alliance about your garage insurance and how we can help make sure that you're covered the right way so that if one of these 5 things does happen, you are 100% prepared, you are ready and you're covered, and it's not going to come out of your pocket. What's important is that you need to speak with someone here at Alliance so we can go ahead and set you up the way you deserve to be set up so that you're 100% protected. So go ahead and click on the link below to talk with one of our garage insurance experts. Let's get you on the road to being 100% safe, and there you go. That's it for me. We'll talk to you guys soon. See you around.